How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. And I believe you're in Paris by Notre Dame.
Yes.
And what do you think of Notre Dame and the tragic fire event that happened?
You know, I think I love the monument. I love, what it stood for.
Yeah.
And so I think it's tragic that it burned. I'm
Yeah.
glad to see that they're redoing it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what brings you to Paris at the moment?
And so actually, I'm with a group called Paris Connect.
Oh,
And
yes.
so we've come in, and I'm actually from the United States. From
Yeah.
Texas.
Very
And so,
nice.
Yeah, so we've come in and we're just helping some of the local churches to get out and meet the community, invite people into the church.
Oh, that's so fantastic. So you're a fan of Jesus Christ?
Oh,
Or?
absolutely. He's my Lord and Savior. Are you a believer?
Oh, I'm a spiritualist and I love Jesus and I love God together. So that's really
fantastic.
great. Yeah.
And so so we're out here. I mean, we're giving out the Olympic pins.
Right, okay.
And so we're sharing with people how these ones actually, the colors actually have a meaning.
Yes.
And so it's not just decorative, but it actually has meaning. We start with the green is that God created the whole entire world.
Yes.
He created the plants, the animals, the earth, the sea, the sky, and also people.
Yes,
created
absolutely.
us to be in relationship with Him.
Yeah.
But the dark there is that we botched it. He gave us a choice and we messed it up.
Yes.
And so, but that Jesus is God. He came
Yeah.
into the world
Yeah.
to redeem us. He died on the cross.
Absolutely.
And He rose from the grave. This is the blue.
Yeah.
And He offers us salvation if we'll accept Him again as our Lord. Undo what we
Absolutely.
did in the garden.
Yeah.
And then the white is if we do accept that,
Yeah.
we're purified.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And then of course the goal is that we have a goal. And
Yeah.
yes, the relationship with God is our ultimate goal, but also we do get to have heaven. We do get Him in our lives here. It doesn't rain money on my house, but I do have a relationship with the Lord.
Absolutely, and that is one of the greatest things, isn't it? I think people in religion sometimes miss the point of true spiritual, what Jesus stood for, and people have gone round the houses, so to speak, and all good intention, obviously, but to move away from the word of Jesus and what He stood
absolutely.
for, people have just, certain religions have just gone round the houses kind of thing.
And they ignore the rule book.
Absolutely,
Yeah, you can
absolutely.
just
But they're
pick and
great
choose what I
pins,
want.
they are.
And
They're
so I'll
really,
give you
really
one,
good.
so
Oh,
you can
thank you
have
so
one.
much. So how long are you here promoting all this?
And so we're until next Sunday. And
Next
so
Sunday?
I leave on Sunday.
Oh, right, okay. That's
So we
great.
just came in and we're working with some of the churches here and just
Yeah.
out in the community, getting to meet somebody.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
hopefully share the love of Jesus.
It's always good to spread the word of that, because I think people have misunderstood. They think God is, all kind of, judging, and it's not. It's goodness. Do you know what I mean?
He's as judgy as any of us are. We all have our opinions.
Yes,
and
we
so
do.
because he's a person, he definitely has his opinions.
Yeah.
And so I'm so grateful that he stabilized it and wrote them all down in a book for us. And
Yeah,
so that
well,
if we're willing to study,
yeah,
we can
absolutely.
learn about it.
Yeah. So going back to tourism, because we don't want to be too religious
Okay,
or
yeah.
whatever on the chat. So what do you think of Paris as a whole?
So I've never been to Paris before. So I've been
Okay.
here since last Sunday. So I'm
I
on day
see.
3 now.
Oh, right.
And so and so we've got in and we got to go see the Eiffel Tower, which is amazing. It's so big.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so, but yesterday we went into the Louvre.
Yeah, all right.
oh,
That's a big place.
Oh,
I've never
yes.
been around all of it.
No, it'd take a week.
Absolutely, yeah.
of doing
yeah.
nothing else. But I'm a big art fan, so
Oh,
we got
great.
to go in and I headed straight for the Mona Lisa.
Oh,
and
right,
so
yeah.
we got to go see it. I got to take my photo with it.
Oh,
so
very
go
good.
home
Did
and
she
show the
smile
wife.
for you?
No, kind of.
Kind of. Oh, that's good.
And so, but yes, I really enjoyed seeing that. And of course, we've enjoyed some of the food.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
So, and then just getting to interact with the people, seeing that
Yeah.
Paris is a friendly place.
It can
And so-
be. I mean, with every major city, you do have to be, careful of pickpocketers and things like that. But yeah. So, where are you going after Paris then? Are you going somewhere else to spread the word and all the rest of it?
No. So this is our last trip for the year, and so I mean we do
Oh.
different trips all over the
All right,
the United
okay.
States and abroad.
So, what's the organisation called?
and so Paris Connect.
Oh, Paris Connect. Right. Okay. Great.
And so that's who we're working with here.
Okay, okay. Well, that's good. I hope you've really connected to the right people, and I always think a true believer, a true seeker will always find the way.
I think
Won't
so
they?
as well.
Yeah. Well, what is your first name, please?
So I'm David.
David, thank you, David. Thank you for the interview. Would you like to say one more thing? I'm very interested in homeless, that kind of side of things. What's your opinion on being homeless? Sorry. What do you think of the homelessness situation all over the world?
And so, well, I used to work in Madagascar. I lived in Madagascar for 6 years,
Right.
2 3-year terms,
Yeah.
with a 3-year stint in the middle where I came back to the States.
Okay.
And I've only been back in the United States for 2 years.
Right,
Next month will
okay.
be 2 years.
Right.
And so just seeing the poverty levels that they experience compared
Yes.
to other countries.
Right.
And so every country has their own set of problems.
Yes.
And so, but when you live in a third world country where they're literally eating prickly pear cactus because they have
Right,
absolutely nothing else to eat,
Yeah.
sometimes it's a little hard. I'll admit it's hard coming back to a place like the United States where
Yeah.
there's a McDonald's right there and they could go and
Yeah.
try to get a job. I know that there are medical reasons, there are addictions and things that are keeping people away from bettering themselves.
Yeah.
And so I think that we definitely, especially as Christians,
Yes.
we need to accept people where they are
Yeah, absolutely.
and try to draw them up to something better. Try
Yeah.
to pull them, try to help them pull themselves out of the situations that would
Yeah.
cause them to be in that
Absolutely. I mean, some people don't like the responsibility of homes and things like that, and some people think the begging is really an easy alternative. Like I've just been to Lille, which is a northern, city, and there's loads of beggars, and they keep saying for water, and there are free water fountains, but they just want a bottle of water. It's quite amazing that they'll ask for money for food and things like that, but they won't go to a shop to buy the cheap things. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yes.
but there are serious problems,
So,
and
I live in Fort Worth, or
Yeah.
just south of Fort Worth, and we have homeless people there. And so, personally, just my conviction is I don't give out money.
yeah,
But I'm more than happy to go
guide
and
them
give
and
somebody
help them.
food. I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
come with me. I'll go have
absolutely.
lunch with you.
Yeah.
And just talk about the life
Yeah.
that I want to hear their stories.
absolutely,
And so-
because it is the stories
Yeah,
that really
they're
brought
people.
them to.
And so many people walk past them and never look them in the eye.
Yeah.
Never give them any kind of. We just ignore them like they're
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah.
And so which continues the process of just keeping them down.
Yeah.
And so I would much rather see people go, take them, go and feed them.
Absolutely.
And build a relationship.
Yeah, because it's amazing. One act of kindness, can really open someone's heart. Because they go, can I have some money? Can I have some money? But you giving them more attention and just giving them patience. That's what everyone needs, doesn't it? A little bit of love and attention. And to think what Jesus did as well.
Absolutely.
He was the most patient person, and giving and all the rest of it. So this is what I mean about that spiritual side. It's like living unconditional love to fellow human beings that want to know. Do you know what I mean?
That's absolutely right.
But I do, notice everywhere the homeless situation, and sometimes I think it's the general public's attitude to them. They fear them, or they're just druggies, but they don't know the story behind it. Because on my channel, I've interviewed a 70-year-old woman who was living on the streets. 70-year-old. So everyone does have a story.
Absolutely.
And it's very sad when it comes to that. So, when I interview people, I do ask about homelessness to see people's opinions of it and where they are.
Well, I think that having a personal experience with somebody is one of the quickest ways for us to actually engage.
Absolutely.
Because if it's just dropping money in a plate somewhere, it means nothing.
It doesn't,
And
absolutely.
so a dollar is not going to change the world.
No.
But reaching out to somebody in love and showing them that you care, being willing to share a meal with them.
Yeah.
Even in a place that they might have, if they'd walked in the door, they would be like, why don't you leave? But you're like, no, they're with me.
Yes.
You validate them. You
Yes.
show them that they have
Absolutely,
value.
yes.
And then that gives you the chance to meet their physical needs.
Absolutely.
And we see that Christ did that.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
fed and
Yeah.
he healed. It
Absolutely.
wasn't completely let's only talk about heavenly things.
Yeah.
He was also earthly minded. So
Absolutely.
he took the time to be with the people where they were.
Yeah.
And so if that's our example, then
Absolutely.
we can't just drop money in a plate and walk away.
No. It makes no difference, does it?
No.
You know, and it doesn't leave a memory on them.
No,
But
it's a Band-Aid.
well, absolutely. But I think what you're doing is absolutely fantastic, David, and I wish you all the success with it.
No, thank you very
And good meeting you, and thank you for my little badge and explaining that to me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, good luck with everything, David.
Okay.
Do you want the name of my channel?